As frightening to Kate as the federal troops were the black men and women now claiming their freedom.
Mr. Hardison's Negroes came out today. 6 men with their children and clothes walked off in broad daylight after a terrible row, using the most abusive language to Mrs. Hardison. The other Negroes declare they are free and will leave as soon as they are ready.
It was a tremendous shock for many in the planter class to discover, first of all, that the people who worked for them were not happy to work for them. And secondly, sometimes the people who had worked for them were really angry at them.
Kate expresses a lot of fear throughout the war, and it's most often fear of armed slaves. What are they going to do to me, given what we have done to them?
Mother and daughter watched as their world was upended until they could watch no more.
This kind of lack of order, lack of control was the most frightening thing to the Stones.
With much difficulty, we got everything ready for the start at midnight. The night was cloudy and dark, with occasional claps of thunder, but we had to go then or never.
From Louisiana, the Stones fled 300 miles by horseback and boat to Tyler, Texas. There, they joined other wealthy planters who had also escaped to wait out the war.
God will aid us in our righteous cause. The people will fight till the last foe expires, to conquer or die.
Less than 2 years later, General William Tecumseh Sherman scorched a path of destruction across Georgia that ended with the capture of Savannah. In December 1864, Sherman offered the port city to President Lincoln as a Christmas gift. Union victory was near. The general took for his headquarters the mansion of one of the city's wealthiest cotton merchants. He celebrated with his officers, feasting on native oysters and turtle soup. On the outskirts of the city, thousands of emancipated slaves were gathered. They had followed Sherman's army to Savannah, doubling the city's population.
In the book of Revelations, it is written that the first shall be last and the last shall be first. And this is interpreted as that moment where God, in his omnipotence, has now come to deliver his people from bondage.
It came so sudden on them, they wasn't prepared for it, recalled one liberated slave. Just think of whole droves of people that had hardly ever left the plantation, turned loose all at once with nothing in the world but the clothes on their back. Lincoln's Emancipation Proclamation had freed slaves across the South. But Washington still had no clear plan for what to do once African Americans were free.